Bingo. So keep driving on that road. I mean it. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited that you tuned in back again to my channel, because what I'm talking about today is again something very exciting. I want to talk about all the mixed feelings that you're going to get when you are in the process of leveling up. So let's talk about 5 important points and the 5 emotions that you are going to feel, which you should be aware of and which you should not ignore. So let's talk about those points. Before we go ahead into the video, please make sure you do give this video a thumbs up. It just helps with the algorithm, you know. And also do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram, which is Lady Esha. Now let's get straight into the video. Point number 1, you are going to feel very, very guilty. You want a better job? You're going to feel guilty. Do you want a better man? You will feel guilty. You want a better quality of life? You're again going to feel guilty. Now the reason is, socially we're wired to be feeling guilty every time we want to level up, every time we want to have something better for ourselves. So we feel guilty. We feel guilty about wanting better. We feel guilty about investing more time in ourselves. We feel guilty about investing more money in our own self. You'll feel a lot of guilt. Now what I want you to do is be very well aware of this feeling and ignore it, because it is going to be there for a while until you get used to this feeling. This is going to be very counterintuitive, alright? So if you actually feel guilty and you literally just want to get rid of that feeling, so you stop doing all those things, then you don't really progress. So you're feeding that feeling of guilt, and I don't want you to do that. Feel the guilt. Try to live with it for a while, because it's going to be healthy in the long run, okay? Let's go towards our second point. Now the second point is, you are going to feel totally out of place, like completely out of the place, and very uncomfortable because of that. Now the reason is, let's say for example you used to prioritize eating at McDonald's and KFC and I don't know, Burger King or something, and now all of a sudden you are investing money in organic fruits, salads, grilled items, you're eating at proper restaurants, you're having proper meals that cost a bit more, takes a bit more time and a bit more effort. You're totally going to feel out of place. Why? Because McDonald's and KFC used to be your spot. Like that used to be a thing where you and your friends used to hang out at that cheap cafe around the corner. Now all of a sudden you're here, and you'll totally feel like, oh, I am just so out of place, I don't belong here, what am I doing here, I was supposed to be there. You're gonna feel all sorts of feelings. Again, ignore these feelings. You're not out of place. This is just a part of the process. You are going to feel that way, and it's going to fade away within no time. Also, you're going to really feel like, oh my god, I feel out of place, I don't want to continue with this, I can't do this, let me just go back to my ways. Now, well, I have to tell you that habits take, well, they say 21 days to be built. So please keep practicing, stay on your A game, and trust me, you will not regret. Let's talk about our third point, which is, you're going to feel confused and lost, yet very powerful. Now, how is that possible? Well, let's say you used to, listen to everybody's opinion, you used to take everyone's advice. Now, obviously, you don't do that. Now, you're very particular with who you listen to. Now, you're very particular who is the one giving you advice. And if the person doesn't make sense to you, you're actually not going to take their advice. Yes, you're going to listen to them and be respectful and very polite, but you're not going to really listen to them. So you're not going to follow what they actually advise, which is what I want you to be. I want you to be very selective which advice you choose to follow, and that advice has to come from somebody very reasonable and valid, not from every Tom, Dick and Harry. Okay? And now because of that, you are going to feel somewhat confused and lost, because you can't really listen to everybody now, and you have to be selective. So you will find that there are not many people that can actually advise you the correct thing. So you're almost left on your own now. You have to figure out a lot of things on your own, because people around you don't even seem to be getting your process and your goal anyway. So how are you able to take their advice anyway? You can't, right? So whoever will give you advice now that doesn't serve your purpose, you're not going to be listening to them. That might put you in a very frightening position, and very, very kind of lonely and lost position. Again, it's a part of the game. Don't be afraid of this. And as I always say, if you're not ordinary, don't listen to ordinary people with ordinary minds and ordinary advice. Said by Lady frickin' Esha. Another reason you'll feel lost and somewhat disconnected is because you're leveling up, you're improving, everything is better. Your social circle probably is getting better, or maybe even if it's not, you're still somewhat going to feel lost only because you feel like you've left behind so much. You don't see the same faces around you anymore, you don't see the same type of friends around you anymore. You had to disconnect with certain people by choice, and some people left you by their choice, so you're kind of lost because you don't see many people around you anymore that are in the same process. And that's okay. Sometimes, you know, less traveled roads seem to be very lonely roads, but they have amazing destinations. You never know. You don't know what awaits you there. So keep driving on that road. I mean it. Creating and building a new social circle that is on your same level obviously takes time. So don't worry if you at the moment feel a bit lonely and lost. It's totally normal. Just wait till the time you get there and you'll have people around you that really are fulfilling, that have like the same purpose like you do, and then you'll feel like it was all worth it. But until then, you really have to wait this one out and be patient, because you're going to get lost on the way, 100%. Our next point is that you are going to feel very, very lonely. I've probably talked about this in my previous YouTube videos as well, where I talked a bit more about leveling up and the mindset and the personality traits. Make sure you do watch those videos. I will link them in the description. Let's talk about the loneliness. You will find that some of the friends have left you for good. Some of the friends you had to leave consciously by choice. And that's amazing. That's the first step. Again, watch my video how to just cut off toxic friends that you just don't want in your life anyway. So now you're left alone with your own self, here trying to figure out the improved you, the new version of you, the better version of you, and you're trying to live your best potential self. That could be a very lonely journey. Self-discovery, self-realization usually is supposed to be a very lonely journey. Again, don't be afraid of this. It's just about time. It's not going to be this lonely forever. Trust me. So just wait it out. It only gets better later on. Just wait. Be patient, please. Will you? Let's talk about our fifth point. You are going to feel so uncomfortable, so exhausted. At times you will get ready and really pull yourself together, and you'll feel like, oh my God, I cannot even do this anymore. I am tired. What am I doing this for anyway? I don't see many new people around me. I told you already, it's about time. Wait it out. But for now, you're going to feel very uncomfortable. And let me assure you, if the process does not feel uncomfortable, then you're not doing something right. Then you're not doing anything right, let's say that. It's supposed to feel uncomfortable in the beginning. As I said, new habits take time. They say 21 days. I probably think it takes a little more than that with some people like me. But coming back to the point, it takes a while. So be prepared. Be prepared to feel exhausted sometimes and uncomfortable at sometimes. In order to achieve better things, you have to go through the process of, getting out of your comfort zone. And every time you get out of your comfort zone, you definitely feel uncomfortable. That's just how it is. And sometimes also because of the loneliness, you are going to feel so exhausted because you are like, gosh, what am I doing this for? How is this going to work out? You're going to be thinking and feeling all sorts of ways. But again, let me remind you, it's all a part of the process, and this happens in the initial stages. So it can get really, really frustrating. That's something you have to remember. It does get very frustrating because you're kind of left lonely. You feel tired, you feel exhausted, you feel disconnected, you feel lost, you feel all sorts of ways, and you feel guilty as hell. Now, if you are somebody who is very steadfast and just very stubborn in a way, and also very assertive, well, that will really help you along the process. But if you are a little bit on the emotional side, on the sensitive side, on pleasing everybody else's side, then it's going to be somewhat of all of this that I've just explained, basically, okay? So be ready for that, but don't give up. let this continue the way it is. It's only going to get better. And these feelings are very, very temporary. Please remember that. Every time you get one of these feelings that I just described in the video, just be conscious and alert yourself. Tell yourself, okay, Esha, this is normal. You know what? This is supposed to happen. Let this happen. I'm okay with this feeling. Just acknowledge your feelings, acknowledge that you're lost, acknowledge that you're exhausted, and take it one step at a time, okay? And things are going to improve in your life. I promise you that much. 1 year from now, maybe 6 months from now, or maybe even 6 weeks from now, girl, you're going to be in such a better place, and then you can thank me later. By the way, if you're also interested in one-to-one sessions with me, that will give you like a really strong kick and push, and it will take you there further a little quicker. So maybe get in touch with me. I will again give you guys a link in the description where you can book sessions with me and let me help you guys with the process, because that's something I really enjoy and love to do the most. So let me help you along the way. I have a community of amazing people that I call the Lions. So the Lions are all leveling up at the moment, and they are getting ready to live like kings or queens, whatever. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this video helped you somewhat to stay kind of like steady with this process, and I hope it helps you to not give up. All right, thank you for watching, and do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Let me remind you, I want to see you again. I'm sure you want to see me again, so let's stay connected. Subscribe to the channel. That's the only way we'll be able to do that. Take care. Bye.